Good morning. I would like to provide a little bit more assistance in using Perusall to annotate Shakespeare's plays. So I'm going to take you into to the assignment, and then we'll go into Perusall, and I'll just demonstrate a couple things you can do. um, hold on, let me share my screen. Okay, so I'm in the class. I'm headed to modules. And I'm going to click on annotation. In this case, it's Richard III. And I've added the description of the assignment. It was in Perusall, but but when you click on the link to Perusall, it doesn't appear. So helpful. Anyway, so here it is in Canvas. And right, this just reminds you what you can do with annotation. So you can add like annotation is comments, like just like you would in a textbook. It's like when you would highlight or underline or write in the margin. Perusall gives you the opportunity to do that. What I really like about it is you do it in a group way. So we're all doing it as a class, and you can see other people's comments, and you may find them very helpful in terms of like asking questions you're afraid to ask or giving information that might be helpful to your understanding. So I hope you'll enjoy it. I think it's a great tool. But you can, look at a passage and ask a question. You can talk about what catches your attention. You can talk about what something reminds you of, or if you've seen a film or something else in popular culture that you want to make a connection to. You can just post comments throughout the document. You can also, as I said, ask questions or do some close reading or talk about what you think about a character. With Richard III, he's a really evil guy, and we can talk about how bad. We can talk about his badness, which is fun. Anyway, or I think it's fun because it's all fiction. And of course, well, there was some historical reality to it, but how much of the badness he actually possessed as a real human is in question. And then we could talk about like literary technique, if you're noticing anything in the poetry, if you want to draw on historical information or ask questions about like the history at the time, history of play production or writing, history about social norms. Really happy to have those kinds of comments as well. Yeah, or if you're struggling with the section, just indicate like, I don't like, you can say something like, I have no idea what's going on in the scene. Someone help me, right? And then your peers or I can come in and try to clarify things. Okay, so what happens with Perusall is, and what helps me about Perusall also, is that it has an algorithm by which it can score the posts. And so what happens to me as a English teacher is I get bogged down in the fact that everything is written. And so I spend quite a lot of time responding to student work. And I just like, I get the work just adds up. So it's helpful to me that the Perusall has an algorithm to score your posts. And I've used it. What I did in the summer of 2021 is I studied how it was scoring and how that was mapping onto student work, and I think it was pretty accurate. So based on the algorithm, I would recommend a couple things. You don't have to post a lot if you don't want to. If you want to and you like annotation and it just helps you track your thinking, great. But if you really just want to do it to just do the work and get done with the assignment, that's fine. I would say you want to do one detailed post per act, right? And each of Shakespeare's plays mostly are divided into 5 acts. And then you can do some other smaller posts like asking questions about wording or providing a definition or talking about your personal reaction. I think about 7 to 10 pretty good posts is the way to go if you want to go that direction. And I've noticed sometimes students who do quite a lot of really small posts actually don't get full credit. So you do want to make sure to do a few kind of deeper, more thoughtful posts to make sure that you're getting the full credit. And you can continue to work in Perusall. I mean, my recommendation would be to work in Perusall during the week where we're studying the play for the first time. But you can always go back and add, and the point value goes up after that as well. So if you want to keep working, that's fine. The other thing that Perusall likes, because it's a social media platform, is when you upvote or mention other students, right? You can go in and kind of like their posts, or you can say, you can use the student's name, right, to call their attention to a particular passage if it's something they've been interested in or working on. And Perusall values that. And I do too, because if we were in a classroom face to face, we would be talking about this stuff. So it's really good to do that kind of interactive work as well. So if you're the first in there, like I've already made a post and I'll show you when I get into it, you can always call my attention to things or ask me questions, but it's great when you can do it to peers as well. Because it just creates a kind of community that I think is really valuable to learning. We feel more a heartfelt engagement when there's real people that we're working alongside. Okay, so now I'm going to go in. Oh, I can't go in as a fake student. So let me leave the student view and go in as me. Okay, launch. Okay, so when you get in here, as I said, it doesn't give you the assignment, unfortunately, which is not something I realized until today. But it does usually start you like if you were coming in here for the first, like it came in where I left off in the play, which is convenient for me. But normally you'll come in for the first time, you'll see the PDF and you can scroll down till we get to the play, right? There's a synopsis, which is helpful, right? Again, we want to know the trajectory of the plot before starting to read, because it's, you know, otherwise we can be really lost before with a lot of time lost because we're kind of struggling. Oh, look, there's someone else in there. Yay, hello. Okay, so the characters, we can take a look at the characters. I could comment on these. You know, I might want to say, like, notice. Let me move my little. Several characters are named Richard. Thank you. History or the confusion, right? Everybody's named like Richard or Edward. Okay, great. So I made a comment there, right? I'm going to go down into Act 1 and right there, you can see there's already comments in here. Let me just see if I can, if they'll come up, if I make a little more room here. Right, here's mine, right? If I click on it, oh, here we go. Let's do it that way. If you click on the comments, you can see them, right? There's me. And if, you know, so, okay, if you are like, you know, you like what I'm saying there, you can go in and reply, right? Oh, Nancy, I love what you said, right? It's so wonderful. I don't know, that's not what I'm expecting, but whatever. You can ask questions. You can comment on the usefulness of the comment. You can go in and let's see, I think you can also, right, you can, there are other things you can do, like you can copy and star, and I don't know, I guess this is me, right? So if I'm me, I can control some things. I could get rid of comments that I made that I don't want to leave in there. I can also do emojis. I can insert images or videos. Like if you go and find, like I love the Ian McKellen delivery of this particular speech. It's fabulous because he totally knows what he's saying, which sometimes I can't tell when I watch Shakespeare produced, right? A film or live stage version. Sometimes I look at the character, I can't tell if the character knows what the character's saying, right? Which is really hard with Shakespeare. And so he does, and it's clear that he's being very ironic in this early, right now is the winter of our discontent made glorious summer, right? He doesn't buy that at all. He's not on board with the Edward show. He wants to do a whole lot else with his life than, you know, lounge around in his brother's court. So, so you can really see that in the sort of life of his eyes that he gets this. And so it's kind of hard to get that irony when one is just reading the lines without seeing or hearing someone deliver them. In any event, you could go back and put a video, you know, if you find a clip from another Richard performance that you want to have share with other people, you can put a video clip in there. And you can also like things like, I'm just going to see, okay, here's Sam. Sam's been in there, right? And I can go in and I can click on this upvote, right? The check upvote, right? Oh, she got upvoted by the instructor. Oh, I guess instructor's watching. Yikes. Anyway, so that's how that works. And again, the algorithm gives you, gives you point value for the interaction you have with the play in Perusall. And, I guess I would say just enjoy. Hopefully this is enjoyable. That it's also about just sharing ideas and being present in a class and learning and, just enjoying the active interaction with peers that one might get in a face-to-face class, and often one does not get in an online class. I hope that's helpful. I think once you've done it, you'll know how it works, and then the next iterations of the plays, when we'll do it every other week with each new play, we'll spend our first week doing annotation. So great. I look forward to your ideas and see you online.